Immortal and Martial Dual Cultivation. Chapter 15. Decisive Battle with Xiao Jian. Xiao Jian was dressed in a blue gi, making him look elegant and confident. However, he had a gloomy look on his face that made him seem extremely menacing. It's best he show up. If he does not, there will no longer be a place for him in the Xiao clan. Indeed, what great guts this fellow have. To think that he actually dared to hit the eldest young master's face. He's simply just asking for trouble. Hitting his face. When Xiao Jian heard this, his gloomy face turned even more terrifying. In regards to his status, he was the person with the highest talent in cultivation amongst the younger generation of the Xiao clan. Before he was 18, he was already a peak martial disciple. A single step from becoming the youngest martial master in Mohe City. Xiao Chen was just a piece of trash, and yet he actually dared to challenge him. Furthermore, Xiao Chen hit him in the face in front of everyone. What in the world was going on? Xiao Jian had already decided that if Xiao Chen dared to come, he would immediately cripple him, letting him truly taste regret. Time slowly went by, and the appointed time had already passed by 4 hours. Xiao Chen still had yet to make his appearance. The chatter of the crowd got louder and louder. Xiao Jian looked at the entrance, but there was no Xiao Chen in sight. He could not help but feel some frustration. Xiao Jian murmured to himself and proceeded towards the first elder of the Xiao clan, who presided over this duel. Martial uncle, Xiao Chen is not here yet. Should we send someone to find him? The Xiao clan's clan head, Xiao Xiong, had already entered a closed-door seclusion cultivation in order to break through and become a martial saint. He had left the management of the Xiao clan affairs to the first elder, Xiao Qiang. For events such as this duel, Xiao Qiang would preside over them as well. Xiao Qiang coldly stated, "You think that I have not tried to find him in the past few days? The guards of the Seven Horn Mountain told me that he went inside and had not left yet." When the surrounding people heard this, they found it incomparably strange. There were rank 2 spirit beasts even on the outskirts of Seven Horn Mountain. If a 9th grade spirit refinement realm cultivator went inside, wouldn't they just be courting death? Haha! Young Master Xiao, that fella might have already died at the paws of a spirit beast. It looks like you don't have to personally take action anymore. He still has not come out after 7 days. He is definitely dead. No wonder he has not shown up yet. Suddenly, a commotion broke out amongst the crowd, alongside cries of surprise. Xiao Chen had arrived. Xiao Chen is here. He's really here. Who's the girl beside him? Do you guys know? I've never seen her. It's almost time for the duel. Why did he bring a girl along? However, this girl is quite pretty. Xiao Chen just ignored their blabber and calmly walked towards the arena in the middle of the martial hall. Xiao Yulan followed by his side with a frown. She was not used to so many people paying attention to her. At first, Xiao Jian was shocked when he heard the news of Xiao Chen's arrival. After Xiao Chen arrived at the stage, Xiao Jian simply laughed coldly. "Brother Chen, I thought that the spirit beast had already eaten you at Seven Horn Mountain. I never expected that you would be able to make your way out." Xiao Chen smiled gently. "Many thanks to elder brother for your concerns. But how could I allow myself to die before we settle this?" At this moment, Xiao Qiang, who had been observing the course of events, suddenly widened his eyes. He looked at Xiao Yulan with a complex expression and walked over quickly and said, "Lana, you're finally willing to come down from the mountain. Why didn't you tell me first?" Xiao Yulan said a little unnaturally, "I came down with cousin on the spur of the moment. I merely came to watch the duel today." Xiao Qiang seemed like he had something he wanted to say, but he did not speak up in the end. In regards to Xiao Yulan, a deep sense of guilt had always been lodged in his heart. When she was young, he had sent her to Seven Horn Mountain because she could not control her own martial spirit. However, he watched her grow lonelier and lonelier as she grew older. Xiao Qiang felt disgusted at himself. Was he too cruel? When Xiao Yulan was able to control her own martial spirit, Xiao Qiang tried to persuade her to leave the mountains a few times. However, Xiao Yulan had been isolated from people for far too long. No matter how he urged her, she still would not leave the mountain. Uncle Qiang, can we start now? Xiao Jian said impatiently as he stood at the side. Xiao Qiang recovered from his shock and said to Xiao Chen, "Are you ready?" Seeing Xiao Chen nod his head, Xiao Qiang said in a deep voice, "Although this duel is a fight to the death, you are brothers after all. I would like to emphasize that if one party admits his loss, the other party must stop. It is best that all grievances end with this. Xiao Jian, can you do this?" Xiao Jian nodded his head but smiled coldly in his heart. Killing Xiao Chen would only dirty his hand. He would stop before that. What a joke. However, he had to think of a way to thoroughly cripple the cultivation of this reckless fellow. The two of them got onto the arena, stood at their respective corners and paid their respects to each other. The duel had officially started and the atmosphere in the martial hall had started to turn heavy. Xiao Jian stood on the arena, slowly raising his killing intent. He did not intend to drag out this fight and was prepared to finish Xiao Chen with one move. A trash at the 9th grade of spirit refinement. If he cannot finish him with one move, then he would lose all his faith. Xiao Chen stood casually in the corner, staying on his guard, and circulated the purple divine incantation in his body. After the battle with the first elder of the Zhang clan, Xiao Chen did not feel any fear towards the Xiao Jian, who was just a pig martial disciple. He was not worried about this battle, and there was no way that Xiao Jian's medial grade yellow rank martial technique could stand up against his superior grade yellow rank martial technique, even if he had 6 days of practice under his belt. Xiao Jian did not hold back and raise his pig martial disciple strength to its max. He was simply waiting for Xiao Chen to let his guard down before making a move. So, he radiated his killing intent to pressure Xiao Chen. After cultivating the Purple Thunder Divine Incantation, Xiao Chen became very sensitive to the flow of qi. However, Xiao Jian's killing intent seemed incredibly weak to Xiao Chen, not affecting him at all. He simply gave Xiao Chen a mild smile and looked at him fearlessly. When the azure dragon that swam in Xiao Chen's Dantian felt this minuscule killing intent, it felt as if its dignity was sullied. So, it let loose a loud roar within Xiao Chen's body, causing Xiao Chen's aura to suddenly rise explosively. Boom! In an instant, Xiao Jian's killing intent was forcefully bounced back. The might of this ancient azure dragon holy beast martial spirit was not something an insignificant martial disciple could withstand. Xiao Jian felt incomparably shocked. Xiao Chen actually managed to send his aura back. So could it be that he had already achieved the martial master realm? That is impossible. Xiao Jian's complexion changed slightly. Xiao Chen was just a 9th grade spirit refinement trash. How could he suddenly break through from pig martial disciple to martial master realm? He had to make his move soon. Xiao Jian knew that his mental state was already shaken. He had to make his move. He could not wait any longer. Receive my martial technique. Inferno Chop!